And we are back with the Producer's Corner, ready to get into the first segment of the night. So, just out of curiosity and just to kind of get some discussion started, um, I know a lot of producers out there. A lot of us make our own sounds. A lot of us buy sound kits from various websites on the internet. Um, but as far as those sounds, what kind of drives you to purchase those sounds? What is it? Maybe a form of inspiration, maybe something that you just heard, a certain sound that you're trying to achieve. And I mean, for me, it's all of the above when it comes to a lot of that. Um, I'm, I mean, musically, when I look at, I guess a lot of my influences. Um, I was influenced a lot by Jay Dilla, Dr. Dre, Manny Fresh, to name a few. So I got a little bit of everything, I guess, that I try to do sometimes. Um, I may do even a little bit of trap from here every now and then, but I tend to, I would say, like more of those that live electric piano, bass guitar, horns. I like that jazzy sound. And a lot of the kits that I tend to purchase tend to follow that vibe. Um, one one of my favorite kits happens to be the Conant Gardens kit, which was made out of from Native Instruments, one of the machine expansions, and it's made up a lot of those instruments, a lot of those grooves. Um, the drums are also pretty good. I Now for drums, I tend to. I mean, I make a lot of my own stuff within machine, but also I may also go to like producer's choice, as well as Trauma Drums, who he had he has like a lot of loops, a lot of one shot kits, a lot of grooves as well on his website. Um, producer's choice, I mentioned them. And I know Corey has purchased a lot from them in the past as well. I have, I want to say he had Ultimate Producers Bundle 1 and 2. I do have to get the third one. Um, but every now and then, they'll come up with something new that I like. And sometimes when I get my kits, I may get, I may, I may get something like an 808 kit, um, West Coast kits as well, with a lot of those like guitars and grooves. If you listen to like a lot of game or even a lot of pop, you kind of know the vibe that I'm trying to get. Um, and even I've gotten to the point though where I don't even purchase as much as I used to. Now I'm kind of starting to go back into some of my kits, and I may something I may have heard 6 months, a year ago, I couldn't resonate with. Now I might hear it from a different vibe. And there's actually been quite a few beats that I made like that recently. Um, Corey, I don't want to take too much of the floor. What's your thoughts, man?
Well, first and foremost, the couple beats I did catch you working on, man, definitely fire, man, definitely fire. So
Appreciate
whatever kits you have, man, you
it.
got me curious, man. But I think we got a lot of the same stuff. So one of the things, though, that I was gonna mention that I'm really big on in terms of what I look for. Um, I want to know when I'm listening to a kit, do I have these sounds already? Because there's only so many unique sounds you can really make, and I have so many samples already. I mean, like, I've been producing since I was 11. So, in terms of sounds and stuff that I've gathered over the years, I have tons and tons and tons of just sounds. So I got to ask myself first, well, do I have that sound already? Do I have something similar? Because companies will, and this is not to dog any particular company, but they'll make similar sounds within certain kits, and they could have maybe engineered them completely different, but they ended up sounding, you know, damn near exactly the same. So do I really need to purchase that? Is there a couple sounds in there that are unique? Are those couple of sounds worth the money that I'm going to pay, or do I want a whole kit full of unique stuff? So you got to first look at that. And secondly, is it going to be unique enough of a sound to where it's going to fit my style and not force me into another style that I'm not familiar with? So, for example, if there's a trapper kit, and I'm thinking to myself, should I buy this? Well, do you make money off trap beats? Do your trap beats sell? Is that your go-to style? If not, getting that is going to force you to do something that's not going to make you money, and it's not going to be profitable for you. So I got to ask myself, can I use it? And normally I'm very particular about how I shop for things, so I'll typically get a couple trap things here and there just because I like to mix and blend genres here and there. So for me personally, I'll pretty much get anything just to experiment with it, but there is some stuff I'll stay away from. A lot of the Drake sounding stuff where they sell it like these are Drake kits or whatever, I know Producer's Choice has the something from the Six or whatever.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't think I'm gonna get this because like everybody's doing this. So like, and plus like the sounds are so particular that you have to use them in certain instances, right? Like the muted, I might blow some people's minds, but Drake first got that soul R&B sound. It was just muted toms, and he would use a low tom for like a kick sound, and then a high tom for pretty much a snare sound, and he used to rock them back and forth. So do 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 do. I can do that on my own. I don't need to buy a muted tom. You know what I mean? Like I understand what that sound is. So for me, yeah, I'm not going to buy that. That's not to say that you shouldn't buy it if that's your style and you make money off of it and you're really good at the views from the Six style production. If that's your go-to and your moneymaker, go for it. But for me, I'm more of a hip hop guy. I like dirty, grimy sounds. I like things that are like unmixed and sound, almost like useless because I'm an engineer. So I know how to engineer a sound to make it sound a certain way. And then I can use that same sound again on another beat and make it sound completely different, which is really cool. And plus I can blend those unmixed, highly compressed samples and do my own thing with them. So for me, I have my own set of real natural drums that I've sampled from a buddy of mine in high school. I use those a lot just because that's a real drum kit. And I'll blend that in with certain hits and things. So even if I purchase a sample hit, I might need more thump or more crack. So I'll add my own stuff to it. So for me, I know that was kind of long-winded, but for me, it's just about, can I trust who made that sample? Am I going to be able to use it? I don't want to force myself to do something that I'm not used to doing. So should I be purchasing this or should I pass on it? And for me, the views from the Six kit, I was like, I'm going to pass on it. But D Dot, there is that really weird sounding cassette sample kit that they have up there that I absolutely want. Just because there's some weird sounds in there, man, and I definitely want to try some stuff out with them. So that's just me though. I like weird stuff.
Yeah, man. I agree with you on a lot of that stuff. The cassette kit as well. I think that's volume 2 of that as well. But on the Drake stuff as well. Man, yeah, that's something that's been going on. A lot of guys, man, they'll buy kits just off of seeing the name. They won't even go and listen to it and think, it's the thing to do. And people, you're right. A lot of guys tend to jump on the next big thing or the next new thing when that's coming out, instead of really finding that unique sound that fits them. And I'm a firm believer of, I feel like we all enjoy a lot of different sounds. We're all inspired by a lot of different people. but at some point, maybe find one or two styles that kind of fit what you're trying to do and maximize that, learn inside and out tricks of the trade, and then come up with your own tricks as well that that you can kind of put your own signature behind that sound. Yeah, great segment, man. Great segment. We're about to go to our next commercial break. We'll be back with the Producer's Corner. And we are back with the Producer's Corner, ready for our next segment. We have a special guest, Mike Myza from iStandard Producers. What's good, my brother?
What's going on, everybody? How you doing tonight?
Oh, man, doing pretty good, man.
Amazing.
A pleasure to have you on the show, like you said, man. It's been a long time coming. Oh, sure. No problem at all, man. No problem at all. I like what you guys are really doing with iStandard. Looking forward to the beat camp coming up here in, 3 weeks? It's right around the corner.
About right around the corner, man. We still have some tickets available, so it's going to be hot.
Yeah, plug it. Actually, so how did you get started with iStandard? Like, tell us a little bit about, that journey and the road you took to get with iStandard.
So, about 6-7 years ago, I was working with some producers out here in Dallas, just kind of helping them manage them. We were all friends and, family and just helping them out. But I went out to the ASCAP Expo ages ago, and I bumped into Don and Sis from iStandard. Kind of chopped it up a little bit. They told me what they did. I told them what I did, et cetera, et cetera. Fast forward about a year after that, we submitted some tracks for an iStandard competition out in Miami, and we got accepted. We went out there, lost our ass. It was horrible, but it was a good experience. We took it as a positive. Networked, got our music out there, did everything we could, man. And so we did the Miami showcase. I believe that was in October, and then that next year, early next year, we did a Philly showcase, and then we did a Dallas-Houston run. So we were everywhere. Anytime iStandard invited us somewhere, we hopped on a plane and went out there. So after a while, Jay Hatch, one of the co-founders, and Don and Sis saw the work ethic and asked me to be an intern for them. So I started actually recruiting for shows. So I would be basically like a digital street team. I would be assigned a city. I would, dig through websites, blogs. At the time, social media was still kind of weak. It wasn't quite where it's at now, but, SoundClick was hot back then. So, just dig through websites and find producers and let them know about the show. Did that for about 2 years, and then got promoted to marketing director, and here we are now.
Wow, man, that's amazing. That's amazing, man. What would you say would probably be, I guess, the most memorable event that you've been a part of with iStandard? Maybe with some of the producers that you've worked with.
Oh, man. Like memorable event at, no matter what, just in general? Because Okay, so I can tell you the one that grabbed me was obviously the first one. When I saw what was really going on, I saw the networking opportunities. I saw the growth. Man, it was just, like I said, man, we weren't ready. We fell on our ass on that show. But I saw what it was. I was like, man, I just wanted to be a part of it. So I have to say the first one.
Okay.
But I want to say it was last year at actually Dallas B Camp. We went to Josie Records, and we actually had a Jay Hatch interviewed S1, and it was a very intimate setting. S1 really opened up and kind of let us know about his journey, and and you just see someone on that caliber just telling a story, and we're all not far off from each other. It just requires work, and I was sitting there just listening to it and just taking it all in. And so I have to say probably the first one, and then that interview with S definitely sticks out the most. And anything
Word,
in
man.
Atlanta.
Word, man. I remember the one with S1, and I mean, when he talked about that story of, him, and shout out to his wife too, Teresa.
Absolutely.
How they were eating dinner, and they got the call from Kanye's people, and from there it just took off, opportunity after opportunity. And man, you never know when you can get a call like that.
Exactly.
I'm gonna let Corey go ahead and get some questions in, man.
Yeah, so what's going on, man? I had a couple questions in regards to, a lot of people hear, about the iStandard events and wonder or not if it's for them. So describe the perfect person? Who is this for? Who is this event designed to draw? I imagine it's a wide array of people. Can you describe that person that should be there, those people that should go to these events?
Yeah. So it's not really boxed as in like a genre. It's more so people with the mindset of investing in themselves, growth, understanding the importance of networking, collaboration, just kind of seeing how things work outside of your own studio. A lot of these producers, they're in the studio all day, and rightfully so, and understandably so, but you kind of have to get out the house sometimes, and this gives you the opportunity to get out the house, network with your peers, but it's really all about the education factor. At the end of the day, it's networking and education, because these producers are getting on-the-spot critiques from industry judges. So if you're in the room and you're a producer, you're hearing it firsthand of what could be worked on through certain beats, mixes, etc. So it's the willing to learn and the investment. That's the mentality to have.
Yeah. And that's funny too, because I was like, man, it sounds like it's just a way to get out of the house, man. Like,
yeah.
We spend hours crafting, and I know I've been guilty of this, especially in my early days. Like, okay, I know exactly how my business is supposed to work, but what about everybody else? What is everybody else doing? And you find that people are doing the same thing as you or doing different things. So that's what I wanted to hear you say, and that's what I wanted the people to hear. Come to these events, get out of the house. I wish I could go. I'm unfortunately not in that area to be able to go, but if I was, I'd definitely go, because I even being on this platform, I definitely want to hear and see what other people are doing. That being said, as well, going to a networking event, what advice do you have for people who are going in terms of preparation for the event? Is there anything that people should be thinking about bringing? I don't know if that's, of course, business cards and things like that, but is there something that maybe we're not thinking of that people should be bringing, or cool things that you've seen people bring?
That's an excellent question. You want to – the coolest thing that I've gotten lately was I was in L.A. at the ASCAP Expo just maybe like 3 weeks to a month ago, and this dude, I mean, it's got to be pricey, but he had portable USB chargers and slapped all of his information on the USB chargers and was handing out free fucking I'm sorry if I don't know if I can cuss or not on this radio, but hand out USB chargers. And I've also was given it looked like a business card, and then you flip it out, and it's a USB. So all their information was on the business card print, and then also on the USB.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to get a little creative with it to stand out. I would definitely, obviously, no more CDs. Like, get rid of that mentality. Get rid of that way of doing things. it's done. People hand CDs, and a lot of times they don't even get listened to. It's just, so let's just get that out the way. So let's say USB drives, business cards. If you can't afford to maybe put a logo on your USB card or any kind of information on the USB drive itself, make sure all of that is within the USB. Like if I plug in your USB, I should know your email address. I should know your phone number. I should hear some tracks. If there's a website, there should be a link to the website. Like make it all visible.
Mm-hmm.
I've been handed USBs that don't have a label, and then you plug it in and it's just tracks. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like how am I supposed to reach out to people if I like something? Who am I supposed to hit up?
Right.
Make sure one way or another. Now, granted, people's financial situations are different, so you kind of work with what you got. But bring something to the table that has your information on it. I bumped into a guy that was just networking his ass off and putting everyone's names, numbers, and email addresses into his notes app on his iPhone. And then he would make a little note of, like what they talked about just so he could remember it. So when he got home, he would hit him back up. So there's ways around anything. But I'm a big business card guy. USB, if the information's there. That's basically it. Another little tip, which might sound kind of odd, but I have to address it if this is what we're going to talk about, hygiene. Make sure there's gum. Make sure you have gum, man. Like, networking opportunities, there's a lot of talking. Sometimes if the music's loud, you got to get close. You don't want to be that guy or girl. So definitely hygiene. I know it sounds silly, but if you ask anybody who's been to these events, they would know exactly what I'm talking about.
Wow, man. Definitely dropping some gems, man. That's something that's, as producers, being in the house all day again, something that we got to be mindful of, man. So that's really dope, man. In the digital age of things, I think that's cool that people are taking advantage of, some of the technological things that we can do a little bit differently to network, like the USB drives. I was thinking QR scan codes and things like that too.
Mm-hmm. I've seen those.
Just just real subtle things that you can do to get yourself out there. But simply opening the Notes app, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That's dope. That's dope.
But
so,
sorry to interrupt, but the key thing about networking is the follow-up. So no matter how you get the person's information, just make sure you follow up and build a relationship, really, at the end of the day. That's the key component right there.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more, man. Couldn't agree more. D Dot, man, I'm going to pass it back to you, man.
Yeah, man. So do you have any I know you do the production thing as well. Do you have any projects or anything you're working on currently?
I actually personally do not produce. I just work with producers. I'm the marketing director for iStandard. That's about it, man. I network my ass off. That's what I do. Project-wise, I'm really not affiliated with anything at the moment. There are a few producers out in the Dallas area that I'm helping out. Not formally, quote-unquote, working with, but definitely helping out and trying to build those relationships and maybe see what the future brings. But man, I don't make beats. I listen.
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you. And if you wanna, before we go to our next break, you wanna plug the event for us?
Absolutely, man. So Dallas Beat Camp is May 19th through the 21st. We also have our producer experience at RBC on the 22nd. And then we're doing our first ever iWrite competition in Dallas on the 23rd of May. If you don't know what iWrite is, it's basically the same format as Producer Showcase, but it's strictly for songwriters, singer-songwriters. So anybody in the area, this is where you want to be. Dallas Beat Camp, we're bringing some special guests out. We got our man Focus. We also have Cardiac, who's going to join us. If you don't know who those guys are, I definitely recommend getting on Google and figuring it out because they are monsters. You can always email me at Mike M, and that's MIKEM at iStandardProducers.com if you have any questions. Or you can go to iStandardProducers.com, our website, and see all the events there as well. But May 19th to the 21st, Dallas B Camp. Up-and-coming producers, singers, everybody in the industry. You do not want to miss this. It's an excellent networking opportunity.
Yeah. Well, Mike, I'm going to definitely be there for sure. And we definitely appreciate you coming on the show. You guys have anything, we got each other on social media. You're more than welcome to stop by the show. And I look forward to seeing you at Beat Camp, man.
Man, thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate your time, man, and thanks for what y'all are doing, man. You're pushing the culture forward, so this is dope. Thank you very much.
No problem. Have a great evening, man. We appreciate it.
You do the same, my man. Thank you.
Back with the Producers Corner, ready to sign off for the evening. Want to thank Mike Myza from iStandard Producers for coming on the radio show. If you're in the Dallas area next month, May 19th through 21st, there will be B Camp here at the Media Tech Institute. I think the tickets right now an early purchase for $99. I think they usually go up like the week of the event. Again, want to thank Mike Myza. Very much looking forward to getting out to Beat Camp. If you're an artist looking for production for your next project, hit up the website, MajorMusicENT.com for instrumentals on the website. Also, we do exclusives with the production team, Synthesized Minds. Hit me up at MajorMusicENT@gmail.com or 972-591-1049. You can follow me on any social network at D.MajorMusic. That's DEEDOT Major Music. Go ahead, Corey.
Yo, definitely want to thank Mike for coming on, man. That was very informational. I'm actually browsing the iStandard website as we speak. Definitely going to check out some events. But if you guys are looking for some mixing, mastering, audio restoration, or audio editing, coolnerdproductions.com. That's cool with a K. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, KOOL_NERD. And again, if you guys want to follow me on Facebook or any other social media platforms out there, feel free to just go to the website. It's all on the homepage along the bottom. Go ahead and click those links. Follow, like, share, do all that dope stuff. And thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Dope show, Dee Dot. I think we did that.
Yes, sir. John, the same time, same place, icebreaker.com. We are out.